Welcome to the grow diary of a Guerilla grow with the strain Durban Poison from Dutch Passion in the feminized version. I popped the seeds on the 13th of April in the lower third of a Tetra Pak filled with regular planting soil. And for Guerilla growing I really like this method. Around a month later, after watering and feeding with some basic plant nutrients, the plants had this size. Now I was able to attach the upper part of the Tetra Pak back on and transport them safely to my Guerilla spot deep in a bramble jungle. And with safe, I really do mean safe. I won't get into too many details according to spot preparation etc. because there are many detailed videos about this already on the channel. Just check the playlist in the description. Here I will only focus on the growth and characteristics of the Durban Poison. Or a bit more precise, of the Durban Poisons, because I grew two plants. One here on the front right and the other one in the back left corner. 2 weeks later they just made a little jump, basically looking like every other ganja plant in the stage. Nothing fabulous, but still a bit satisfying, just like every other ganja plant. But for only 2 weeks after transplanting they all look pretty decent. I thought they will suffer a bit from the shock of being put outdoors, but I really liked it. 1 month later I was welcomed by the plants that were just as tall as I am, so around 180. And this felt pretty crazy and was a welcome surprise. So as they already got pretty tall, I started to train them a bit so their growing style will be more suited for the location. First I topped the tallest plant because I wanted them all to have an equal size, and more tops instead of one big main cola is always great. Furthermore, I removed all leaves and nodes where side branches may start to grow in the lower areas of the plant where the sunlight will be very limited. This also increases the airflow in the general lower area of the spot. And enough airflow is absolutely crucial. Otherwise the danger of mold growth is pretty high. I removed more of the lower plant material from the second Durban Poison but did not top it. This is super situational, because it's closer to the bramble wall in front of it, it will have less sunlight in the lower areas as every other plant. Because of that it should be supported to grow taller and reduce the energy that it puts into the lower areas. Summarized, the first plant is trained to grow a bit bushy at a certain point of heat and the second one is supported to grow taller. Again, around 1 month later, the tallest plant had its natural dose of training. The wind has blown it over and she was laying on the bramble wall behind her. And this made the plant grow to the side instead of straight to the sun, which was pretty fine. So, thanks nature. But damn, the plant got huge. As someone who was used to see mostly autoflowers, this view was amazing. This should be actually one of the sunniest, driest and hottest periods of the whole year. This time it was rainy as hell, hilariously windy and cold as shit. So take an important note, this grow happened in a garbage year for outdoor growers. Spoiler, but the result is still pretty great. The second plant did its job in this month, it grew taller. Nice, nothing more to say to that. You want to be satisfied? Check this view. This time a great warm day with a fresh breeze that lets the wheat leaves dance in the wind. So great. The big plant was laying down again. To get a better feeling for its size, here you can see me holding it and looking up in my POV. For me this was pretty crazy. Then I had an idea for stabilization. I took a piece of wire out of an old fence that was standing in the bush and wrapped it around the huge plant, and a piece of that stuck bramble in the bramble wall. Like this the plant stood upwards until the harvest without complications. Nice. And now standing upwards, the plant looks absolutely monstrous. The second plant looks pretty fine, just like last time, but a bit taller. It is the second tallest plant from the whole spot, so the Durban Poison genetic is dominating a bit. Here you can see that there is really no direct sunlight below a certain point of the plant's stripe. So being just an upward stick up to the point is perfect. But some leaves started to look weird. Yellow, brown and maybe dying in the next time. So I decided to remove them before they could infect the plant with some kind of disease. I also thought I haven't topped this one, but seems like I did. And this looks like the perfect example on how a topped spot should look after a while. One big tribe just spreads into two thinner, equal, but still big tribes. At the start of September it started to get very rainy again. To prevent the mold growth, I started to remove bigger fan leaves from the plants that decreased the airflow due to their size. I did this with all plants and was pretty strict with the lower branches. Here is one example. I removed all fan leaves there, so there is only stuff left that will directly produce flowers. Here, first the huge plant. Indeed, huge but a bit defoliated. And as you can see, even at the tops of the low branches, the flower stage has begun. So from now on the vegetative growth is more or less over and the flower growth has begun. Same with the second plant. I expected it to be a bit bigger, but that's fine. Some yellow leaf tips here and there, a nutrient deficiency, but nothing dramatic and already too late in the flower stage to really change something on that. At least in my opinion. Now at the end of September you can really see how only the buds are developing now and getting thicker and thicker. But the weather was horrible. Heavy rains and cold. So just like in summer. The first bud rot was noticeable, sadly, so I decided to remove even more leaves to grant the buds as much airflow around them as possible. I also removed very tiny buds that would be way too small after drying, so the plant puts all its energy into the bigger flower bunches. On one hand, the cold and humid weather sucks ass, on the other hand, this is the exact weather that triggers the purple colors in the plants and I love it. If the plants have it in their genes, they turn a bit purple anyways, but this weather really does support it. And this purple looks absolutely great. With the second plant, I tried some more hardcore defoliation. I removed every single fan leaf that did not emerge directly from a bud from this plant. I think it was done too late to really have a big effect, but I guess according to mold prevention it's a good idea. Same with the colors of this plant, by the way, a great purple. And at this day, in the middle of October, it was time for the harvest. The weather forecast was horrible and in this weather the plants are not able to grow further, so it's time. And the view from the huge plant is just amazing. A ginormous plant with a lot of buds in the upper area. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Just a blank tribe in the bottom, but a widely spread top with many tops of equal size. Nice. And all tops have a very juicy purple color, so this plant is definitely a dream. So many nice buds, but sadly the first signs of more bud rot were noticeable here and there. And before I lose more yield to mold, I chop. Here the whole plant cut down, by the way. Nice chopping back. The second plant looks almost identical, just way smaller. Nice purple, nice buds and the first bud rot. Also a great amount of tops noticeable there. Topping really does wonders. And this is the end of the grow. Those plants took 187 days from seed to harvest, so around 8 months. The result is a great number of nice buds with a deep purple color. I did not manicure them too well because of the sheer number of the buds and because I like more leaf material on the buds. I stored the buds in glasses like this. I think around 800 milliliters fit into them. I filled 4 glasses with the huge plant and 2 glasses with the second plant. If you would ask me for a fast smell, I would say both have a very intense smell compared to other plants. And the first one has more earthy notes, while the second plant has more citrusy notes. And this concludes the grow of the Durban Poison from Dutch Passion. I hope this was the type of video you were looking for. If not, I will release a complete strain review with smoke test etc. soon. In this case, I hope you have a nice day and cheers.